sky was amazing, or is amazing this morning, so I wanted to share that. Plus having this whole wide angle thing on the GoPro 9 is pretty sweet. Really takes advantage of nature. In the distance there, past those limestone sort of things, island? I don't know. The sun came out behind the clouds for about 2 minutes as I was walking by. It was a deep red ball, but it was sort of shaded by the cloud cover. But nonetheless, the sky was so amazing. I just wanted to share it. I'm at 1020p this morning, and it looks like I have 3.5 megabits a second of streaming. So with any luck, this will look as awesome to you as it does to me, although the infamous camera doesn't do it justice, I think applies, don't you? Hey, morning, Todd. Good to see you, buddy. I didn't have the comments on there for a second. It's about 6. For those of you that are not in the doorman time zone, then 6:34. Sunrise this morning was at 6:16, and I'm anticipating that until the sun gets at about probably 20 degrees, 15-20 degrees off horizon, then it's not going to be seen unless we get some breakout of those clouds up there. But yeah, this sky is pretty awesome. Hey, Nomad, good to see you. Thank you so much. You're a regular now. I appreciate that. I'm honored. The intensity of wind, well, there's 0 wind right now, and the waves are a little bit more normal for me, at least what I'm used to seeing here in Prachuap daytime. I forgot today is Wednesday. I realized that when I woke up this morning. Dana sent me an email or message, and he's like, "Hey, so we doing the Bangkok podcast? Sorry, the Bangkok Strange podcast tomorrow?" And I was like, "Wait, isn't it Monday or Tuesday or something?" So anyway, it's Wednesday, and it's pretty nice out there. John, what's happening, buddy? Amazing colors indeed. Yeah, I blame Buddha for my happiness on this one. Pretty spectacular, this sky. Yeah. MedTech, what's happening, buddy? Good to see you. Seeing as how you're in 1020, I'll sort of put on the big screen to soak up the goodness. That'll be interesting. I'm not real sure what it looks like. I'm thrilled that the GoPro removes Mike's shaky hand option from this. It's nice, probably, for many people involved. Hotel I'm staying at, they have like one of these little sort of tables basically that they set up, and there's, you know, hot water and coffee and tea, and I think they bring in pastries from like some local bakery or something like that. So they start that at 7, so that will be in what, 20 minutes? Yeah. So that'll take me about that amount of time-ish to walk back here slowly. And my motorbike will show up at 7:30. And again, these are Thai times, right? So I mean, I've been at the lobby at like 7:05 before, and the doors are still closed at this place. However, the motorbike rental, the woman that basically opens up, her name is Lek, aka Nitnoy. And she's been great, actually. She's got a really great personality. She's really into customer service, which is nice. It's probably one of the reasons I stay there, because quite frankly, it's an old facility. The bathroom is not, the bathroom is clean, absolutely functional, has hot water, and you know, and there's no bugs, and you know, right? So I mean, it's totally fine. It's just a little bit dated. It needs an upgrade for sure. Like the big screen ID. I'm walking in the store now, so I'm on a little phone. Still amazing. If you're walking in the store, are you walking into an electronics store? I bet they all have smart TVs. You can put this stream on the... You guys ever wanted to do that? Like you walk into Costco, you know, and you know how they have all the TVs on the same crazy like 5K footage that they're showing from some National Geographic thing. So all the TVs look freaking spectacular. Haven't you always wanted to like change the programming to my channel? Damn it. These are the infamous Thai shop houses. The ones in the center there, blue and orange, those are guest houses. The one on the left is Homestay, as in homestay, but Homestay. And then the one on the right is Honey's Guest House, Hunny apostrophe S. Yeah, the blue one on the left is JJ Homestay. Specialty coffee and waffles, it says up there. That interests me big time. I haven't had waffles in a very long time. Later though, probably what I'm going to do, and certainly before 9, is if you guys know anything about Prachuap Khiri, basically on the other side of that bridge is another very long beach. Similar in size, actually. A little bit shorter maybe than this one. The sand is a little lighter. And if you follow him, I mentioned yesterday, Foreigner Joe and Gift, they live over in that area. I noticed in his previous videos, or at least one of his recent videos, he got a new bike. It's kind of cool. Still looks good, scaled to 4K. I'll shut up. You have to shut up, dude. The Filipinos obsess about gold as Thais do. So I do know what you mean by the Thais referring, or obsessing. Short answer is no. There is no anywhere near the density of gold shops in the Philippines in comparison to Thailand. It is, you know, gold worldwide, right, is sort of seen as some degree of luxury or affluence. So the Filipinos are not immune to that. But no, they don't, definitely not like the Thais do. It's funny, I'm sure you guys have experienced this, right? Like the first time you come over to Thailand and you see their gold, you're like, what is this, plastic? And then you touch it and feel it, you're like, oh my God, this is actually real gold. This isn't this 14 karat nonsense that we get in the United States, that we, at least I became accustomed to saying, oh yeah, this is good quality gold. Because it's not as shiny as the Thai stuff. And what's funny is, now I've had this ring, Gracie and I bought rings. I've had this Thai ring. I bought this just down the street from, it was a post office, but basically just down the street from where she and I picked up her U.S. tourist visa. And so we each got one of these to celebrate. And it's still very shiny. In fact, you know what's amazing? Here's what I love about the Thai gold paradigm. It's by weight, right? So regardless of the design on it, I mean, mine's got like this, I don't know, like kind of a, you know, crisscross design, and Gracie's is very similar, obviously a little smaller. And so we got ones that sort of matched each other. And she I take mine off at night, and I would take it off sometimes when I would like do stuff. And she just certainly simply was in the habit of keeping it on regardless of what she did. And so because of that, it got a little bit more weathered. Well, that really didn't change the weight of it, right? So we're in Chinatown. This is like, geez, how many months ago now? It's November, right? So let's see, 8 months ago. Oh boy. And we're in Chinatown, and we're walking down the street, and as you might guess, there's a gold shop next to 3 other gold shops, right, in Chinatown here in Bangkok. And so we go in, and I'm like, you know what, I think I remember that you can just, you know. So we go in and we look around, and we find pretty much the same ring that she has, but of course it's, you know, it's brand new, right? And so I say to the guy, I'm like, okay, well, like, can you clean this or polish it, or like, you know, maybe we can get a new one. And I wasn't real confident that that is the way it works. So she takes off her ring. He's like, well, here you go. He pushes the scale towards us. He weighs it on the scale, and then he pulls out the brand new one, and he weighs that on the scale. And then he gets out his calculator, and he does math based on the difference in weight. And he says, yeah, it'll be like, you know, 1,100 baht, you know, for this new one if you trade in the old one. I'm like, done, dude. Imagine if he could do that with like diamond rings in the United States. Good God. How many of you guys are as silly as me and you bought some girl that you really liked a diamond ring, or a ring, not a diamond like engagement ring, but like, and God, the value of it is just zero. But what's hilarious about the United States is they really sell you on the piece of paper that it comes with that gives you the value of it. So effectively you can say to State Farm, when you lose the silly thing, oh, this $25,000 ring, right, yeah, sure. I love guys too that they go and they like shop around, right, for a ring, and they're like, oh yeah, it was a $25,000 ring and I got it for like 15,000. I'm like, well, you know what we call those, don't you? We call those $15,000 rings, not 25,000. Yeah, all the gold in the Philippines in the pawn shops, yeah. Sorry for the movement of the camera there. I was adjusting my glasses. Yeah, I really wish I had that hat. Got it on Lazada for like $4. And so I bet wearing that would, of course, then my head would have to be tilted to the left completely right now if I were to like walk straight ahead. So, anyway.
Hello.
Good morning. Hello. Huh?
See you again.
Yes, see you again. Thank you. Hello, Sawadee Krap. I fit here, guys. I fit here. I have not walked down the beach in Coronado, California and had 7 people smile, wave, and say hello to me. That's just, I love it. I just fit here. The way this works, or the way this worked the last time I came this way when I was making my video for my mom and Gracie, is that the best way was to take off my sharing the beach. Yeah, I was a little bit pissed off, John. I will tell you, I was like, hey, you know, there's another beach like 10,000 kilometers away where you don't have to, you know, use up my air. Yep. I fit here, guys. I really fit here. I know my videos have been different lately, and I know that my uploads have been non-existent. I'm not really in the mood for uploads. I'm just in the mood to kind of share this. And I thought, why not? I do a lot of walking on the beach. I mean, I purposely go places where I can do this. And I can hear the train in the distance. I'm sure you guys cannot, but I heard it this morning at about 5 a.m. I'm not sure whether it was going north or south. I believe 5 a.m. Prachuap Khiri. It was probably, I mean, the one from Bangkok down to Chumpon leaves there about 9 p.m. gets down there at about 5 or 6 in the morning. So I can't believe that that train was that late. I mean, it's scheduled to get in at like 3:30, but of course that means it gets in at 5:30, right? Yesterday was interesting. I know not to do this too. I totally know not to do this. Good, beautiful morning, Stock. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you. Watching a fire in my fire pit. Oh, dude, you are living the dream. I could stare at those I could stare at those and this for hours. Oh, you're welcome, Griffin. No train, just waves crashing south. Yep. It's not bad. I'm glad I'm walking actually where I'm at the time it is, because I don't have my mask. I completely forgot to put my mask in my pocket when I left the room, which down here, I mean, even in July, the minute I got to the hotel, like, nobody was wearing them. So they're pretty casual about it. I mean, if you go into stores, if I go into a 7-Eleven here, I need to wear it. And they have these temperature sensing things that you guys may or may not have seen. Here in Thailand, you may have seen the paradigm where you go into a store and there is a person, a guard, an employee, whatever, and they have the handheld digital thermometer that measures basically your outside body temperature, right? And that has now been replaced at the 7-Elevens by a device that you walk in and you hold up the palm of your hand to. And it beeps, giving you the temperature. Now, I do not know whether it displays the temperature on the other side for the cashier. And I haven't been hot enough, I suppose, thank God. I haven't been over 37.5 degrees. So I don't know what happens when you're over 37.5 degrees. I don't know if it like beeps louder or calls the police. I'm sure it doesn't do that. This I can totally, and if I don't do this, it doesn't count. Right, Joe? Hey, Joe, thanks again. Let me open the comments again to see if you're watching or listening, because I had a coconut smoothie and a mango smoothie yesterday. Thank you, my friend. Good night, Mike. Just got into bed. Early start tomorrow. Have a good one. Good for you, dude. I'm a huge fan of the early start. Thank you guys for saying hello to one another. Yeah, I don't set an alarm. My body woke up at about 4:30 this morning. And the other thing that I've discovered is that if I, like for instance, last night after the market, I walked back to the hotel. So that was about, I don't know, round trip, probably a couple kilometers. And by the time I got back, I was pretty darn tired. So I don't know, I watched a little bit of TV in the sense that I watched streaming Netflix on my laptop. Let me tell you, man, this laptop, the screen is phenomenal. It's got 144 hertz refresh. It's just, you know, it doesn't matter what the surrounding light frequencies are. I don't get any of this flicker, man. It's amazing. And there's Wi-Fi in the hotel, but the Wi-Fi is not good. Actually, I'm sorry, it's good. It's not great. And tethering to my phone works just fine. This is one of these moments where if people ever ask me, oh my God, how come you're paying so much money for your cell phone coverage in Thailand? I've heard it's really cheap there. And it's because I have a post-pay unlimited plan. And yes, there are limits to being unlimited. However, my unlimited plan has, well, it's 4G LTE. So it's the fastest speed that's like sort of available to me, given where I'm standing. But it also allows for, I think it's at least 100 gigabytes of data throughput, which is pretty, you know, I've never hit the railings. I did ask the person though after reading the fine print. I said, oh, so I get that the unlimited plan is limited. I'm like, so what happens if I hit 100 gigs? He's like, oh, well, you just buy more. I'm like, done. Because of course, you know, T-Mobile, right? Oh yeah, you're unlimited, except if you go over, and then we're gonna throttle you down to 3G. I'm like, what if I give you more money? Oh no, we don't have that option. Trust me, you do. You just don't, because you're friggin' lame. AIS has been an outstanding carrier for me. I've had their service since 2012. That's when I got that SIM. Got Gracie an AIS SIM, I want to say 4 years ago. To the phone, yes, not so much with my laptop. I have to restart my laptop to connect to Wi-Fi, and the sky doesn't look as awesome here in Bangkok, Mike. I understand. I will tell you though, Todd, it will look like this over the buildings. But you know, not every morning. I mean, I wake up some mornings to my condo and I'm like, oh my God, man, if there was sand right out in front of this thing, I'd never leave. But there's not, and there's not this whole, what we refer to globally, of course, as Mike's sexy white noise, aka beach, ban, or tele. Oh, I did this morning, and but it was the video for my mom and dad, my mom and dad, but also Gracie. So this is sort of the end of the road. I'll show you up here in a little bit. Now this beach here, you're like, oh great, oh my God, you can keep walking. No, I can't, and I'll show you. Okay, there they are, and I'll show you why. Because what I didn't realize, well, I kind of wondered, okay, so the beach road goes down there, right? And then it comes all the way up here. And I've come here before, and usually when I come here, for whatever reason, it's like the water is up and I can't like walk down or walk over. So I'm like, okay. So this morning I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome, there's beach. So I started walking out over there, but then I realized these guards over there, they're like, no, 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 you can't walk there because this is the, oh God, I want to use the word wing. I can't remember what it's called. It's not like an air base. I think they call it like a wing base. It's kind of an odd name. Let me pull these off so I can get to your comments here. Whoops. Oh my Buddha, stand by. Wait. Oh yeah, you got the airport view. No, I saw that yesterday actually. I appreciate you giving us a tour of your place, dude. It looks nice. 15 days, you can get any view you want. Trust me, dude, I am 2000% on board with you in a big way. So I like it here. It is at the end. You know what's interesting is that like this neighborhood, right? This sort of area is like South Prachuap Khiri, and it's a little quieter, and they don't have street food down here. I can walk to street food fairly easily, but it's just like, so it's, let's refer to it, for the sake of argument, is South Prachuap Khiri. And what I just realized is that where I like to stay in Cha Am is South Cha Am. So I don't know whether that's sort of a common thing, or whether they sort of designed the city to be busier or have more things available up near the Big Buddha. I don't know. The other thing is I really like places I go to and they have a big Buddha. I just feel good there. You know? I guess that's my church. I don't know, maybe. I know it's my feel-good place. I know it's my happy place. There's the sunrise. Courtesy of the nature. In a photo, is there a way to distinguish between sunrise and sunset? So that's a good question. I think so. Because I've seen both. And I believe that it looks different to me. But it's hard to tell, right? Because of course, the sunrise and sunset don't occur over the same thing. Now, I guess if you were in the middle of the ocean, and really all you had was horizon, and you were to watch sunrise and sunset over the ocean, those pictures might be the same. For me, though, I don't know. I guess maybe they aren't different visibly, but I can tell you I feel differently. It's been my experience that during sunset, like for example, these waves calm down during sunset if the sun is setting over the water. And here in the morning, before sunrise, during sunrise, as well as one could argue this is after sunrise now, because it's about 7 a.m. What time is it actually? 6:59, so I was way off. The energy level doesn't seem to increase with the same velocity that it decreases at sunset. Again, that's Mike's opinion. I have a north-facing room, so I don't really get the sunrise view. Yeah, that's true. But at least you have a north-facing room. So, I mean, again, this time of year it's not so bad, but one could argue that your balcony doesn't get super hot during the day. But I mean, I think you're like me. I mean, shit, you're like, you know, you're like, oh yeah, so here's my place. The air conditioners are off. And I'm like, dude, so right there with you. Thanks for saying hi to each other, guys. I appreciate it. All right, it is officially 7:00. It is officially 0700. So I'm gonna go over and get some coffee and potentially, I got my flip-flops. The flip-flops I own are cheesy flip-flops, but I mean, they're very effective and they're small and they're lightweight, so they fit in my luggage very easily. But I really need to get a pair of briefs if I'm gonna start walking significantly in them. For the most part, I've been walking in my sneakers, simply because I have motorbikes usually with me, and then I'm also walking from, you know, train station to hotel to wherever. And so therefore, having these Nikes with the custom insoles, I can walk for days without any sort of pain, as I need arch support, and these flip-flops don't provide me with arch support. And of course, like many things before I moved to Thailand, I thought, okay, well, I won't bring these with me, because what I'll do, of course, when I come home this summer, as I will do every summer, I'll just order them on Amazon and have them shipped to my parents' house, and then I'll fly back with them. Oh dear. Getting reefs shipped over here becomes basically twice the price of a reef. And while they are very excellent flip-flops and they have a good amount of arch support, they a little bit too pricey. So anyway, oh, here's where I'm staying. If you guys ever come here, actually the best review of this place, the most well produced and the most cinematic is done by Side Trip Life. And so check out Side Trip Life. Go to his channel, and then on his channel search for Prachuap Khiri, because he gave a great video review as well as discussion about how to get down here on the train. And he talked about the Hadthong Hotel down there. Do not stay there. I've stayed there. Gracie and I've stayed there. It's just lame. It's not good. It's low quality. It's really old. It's in need of an upgrade big time. So I can't recommend Hadthong, but I can definitely recommend this place. And yeah, it's 700 baht now. That's just because they're, you know, starving. the rooms, I believe the last time I paid, I was in that room. Last time I'm in this room this time. So that was 900 baht and that's 700 baht. But of course, as you can see, I have a partial ocean view. So I'm good.